Hey, smack 'em a gob, everybody. This is the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast. We are the American Pod Kings. We, as in me, and
Oh yeah, the Ayatollah Alcoholic and Wadley, baby. What's up, Ralph?
what's going on, bro? Hey, there's been a sad death today. I
Ooh,
found out a sad death.
what happened?
She was on 4 episodes of Different Strokes. Do you know this girl who I'm about to talk about?
Ooh, did cousin Jerry die?
That little girl that was in a wheelchair. Remember, she was on Different Strokes for like 4 episodes.
Not cousin Jerry. I don't remember cousin Jerry being in a wheelchair.
No, it was a girl.
Well, cousin Jerry was a girl. It was Jerry with the G.
Oh,
She was the
I don't know.
retard.
Maybe that was her name in the show. But she was
I
in the.
don't, I don't think she was in a wheelchair though.
No, it was an episode of her in a wheelchair. Well, she died.
Oh,
But she
that's
made it this far, which means
yeah.
she didn't catch AIDS.
Oh, well, she must not listen to Kiss.
Unlike Bridget Bardot, she died of AIDS.
Yes.
You know
Yeah,
the
big Kiss
ironic
fan.
part? You know the ironic part of her catching AIDS? She caught it from an immigrant and she hates immigrants. I mean,
Damn.
that's some fucking weird karma shit, right? Now, in her defense, she didn't know he was an immigrant.
Oh no.
Because she was a
Okay.
whore. She banged anybody. She thought the
Plausible
guy,
deniability.
he was the gardener, and he came
Uh,
in and he banged her. 93 years old she was. Still, she looked pretty good for a 93-year-old. That racist was kind of hot still. But yeah, rest in peace to her too. Whatever.
Yeah. Piece of ass in her time.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. All right.
She,
Well,
but you know what, Ian?
yeah.
You know
What's
what's a
that?
big smudge on her?
What's that?
She was French.
Ugh. Ugh. Well, I mean, you could pee on her. There's that. She smelled like it anyway.
I
French.
will you to be on me. That's my horrible French impression.
Oh shit. Well, happy holidays, everybody. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year and Happy Hanukkah, man. You
Yeah.
can't forget our Jewish buddies out there.
Hey, Stephen Kirsch, I'm here for you, and
Stephen Curtis
Kwanzaa.
he doesn't listen to us anymore.
He does too. Well, if
Does
if
he?
we never do another fucking Thin Lizzy episode, he would.
He used to be very active. He's kind of hush hush now. Maybe just life got in the way with him. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
understandable. People.
Well, he knows how
sometimes-
anti-Semitic you are, so.
Yeah, right. You're the anti-Semitic one. You're the anti
Fuck,
everything.
fuck
Everything.
that. I'm all about the Jews. Remember, I got in trouble on your show for saying fuck Palestine. I'm Team Jew. I'm all about the Jews.
I'm team. I'm team shutting my mouth about stupid subjects like that.
There you go. There you go. You're a
It
smart
doesn't
man.
call for it, man. It doesn't call for it. We're talking about something else. No reason to bring up Palestine. But you can do whatever the fuck you want here. I don't give a fuck. Because it's only words. It ain't going to offend me. I don't give a flying fuck what you say. Hey, most of what you say I don't agree with, but I don't care. Am I going to correct you? That's like talking to my mom. It's a waste of time.
So come back, Stephen Kirsch. That's what I get.
Yeah. I'm not. I'm pro-Jew, man. But I don't wish. I think Palestinians are humans. Whatever. Who gives a fuck what I think?
Yeah, that's crazy.
He was
That's
cool
just
though.
crazy.
I found this the other day. Stephen Kirsch made me little keychain.
Yeah, and the necklaces and everything. I got those too.
Yeah.
You know what that stuff's called? Jewelry. Jewelry. True
Yeah.
story.
Well, he made me a couple of those, and they're very nifty. And I have them now. You see, now my life revolves around not having keys anymore. I press numbers to get in my house. I have one of those cars that I just have to take the little thing and just press the button. It starts. I have
I
no
got that
clue.
shit.
I have
I got
no
that.
clue.
I can do a thumbprint or I do a code to get in my front door.
Well, I only have a key to my mailbox, and I have two keys to my mailbox. So I use both keys on both the Stephen Kirsch keychains he gave me, and I have it on my door. I have a little keychain thing on my door to hold the keys, and that's only two. I have two keys there, but I only use one of them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
I
my
hear
whole
you.
life revolves around not having keys. Where I used to carry around fucking, I'm telling you, like 50 keys because of my job, my parents' house, my house, and now it's I do have keys to get in my parents' house, but I leave that in the car. I don't have it on me, so you know.
I remember the last time I visited you, we did about 50 keys.
Yeah. Oh
That
yeah,
was a
but
good time.
no, but yeah, yeah, but yeah, that was cocaine though, not actual keys.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Good point.
Good times, man. Back when your boat wouldn't get fucking exploded when you brought in the coke.
Oh, come on. We're not going to talk about Venezuela, or Fernando Valenzuela or anybody. We're not going to go there.
And then in Colombia, Venezuela brings in the coke too. I don't keep up with shit. Hey, fuck all that. Keep talking. Well, hey, we're gonna do reviews, right? The Facebook review thing,
Oh, the YouTube reviews.
YouTube reviews.
The YouTube reviews. And I tell you what, man, you can see the tide of turning. We've been doing this shit for so long, and I always laugh at this because I remember when we first started, I said, hey, let's do YouTube. That's the way of the future. And you're like, nah, fuck that. I want to be a real podcast. Let's do a podcast thing. So that's how we got on Podbean and everything. And then, we've kind of changed, like your YouTube stuff took off and we went more towards the YouTube. I looked at the results for our last episode. Over twice the amount of numbers on our YouTube page than the traditional, the Podbean. People just listen to us. Apparently, people like to watch us and masturbate. That's what I got out of it. Because if you look at the numbers, it's more than twice the amount. I'm looking at the last one. What do we got on the Kiss battle we had? You go to Podbean, and this is just in a week, 293. All right. We go to the YouTubes that the kids like so much. Oh, whoops, I went to the wrong one. Here we go. Oh, yeah. YouTube, 720. So, holy shit, people are loving the YouTubes, man. And
Well,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, that's why I had to change of heart. Because back when I didn't want it to be on YouTube, podcasts were the thing. Wasn't really,
Yeah.
to do a podcast. But now it's like this ain't a podcast on YouTube. It's a show. It's a YouTube show, and
Yeah.
people love YouTube shows more than podcasts.
Yeah.
You
They
know?
like to look at it's easy to do and we're both attractive men, so it's understandable. So let's look at the comments we got for our episode, our first track by track that we did. Something that you perfected on your show, and we adapted it to our show.
And by the way, I invented too.
Yeah.
The only reason I bring up I invented it because a certain racist from Boston said I ripped it off from Sea of Tranquility. No, not true. This is what happened. And actually, I do credit Sea of Tranquility giving me the idea. But what Sea of Tranquility would do was they would put two albums at battle, but not song against song. Just overall, which album they liked more. Where I did it song by song. And there's times that the winner are albums I don't like as much as the album that lost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not luck of the draw, But I invented the track by track. Pete Pardo did album against album overall, not going song against song.
Right. No, totally. I get that. And I'll tell you what, it's something like I watch a lot of your your videos that you put up, your track by tracks. And there's times I get like, how could he do this? How could he do that? But when you actually have to do it and you look at it, there could be an album you think one way or the other. But it's luck of the fucking draw, man. And much respect because this shit's hard. This shit's hard. I'm enjoying it. This is going to be our second one, this one. But man, you've done great at this. I think it's awesome. But let's see what people thought about our last episode. We got some good comments here. Dave Alexander 72 says, "Great show again, Ian and Ralph." Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He doesn't know protocol.
No. I don't get offended by that anymore because when people say Ian and Ralph, they're only saying, I'm saving the best for last.
There you go. Whatever helps you sleep at night.
So I dig that, bro. That's awesome. I like him more
Zoo,
than people that say Ralph and Ian.
Zoo Station 69. Jesus Christ, I can't believe Dave Ellison masturbated on Zoom. I'd be so embarrassed if I was him. I wouldn't show my face in public ever. This guy has no shame, pretends like it never happened. Christ.
That is so great. I mean, look, the thing is, it's not really that bad, but you should be shamed for it. Like somebody said to me the other day, oh, like if Kiss asked you to paint yourself like Ace Frehley, you would do it because you would do it for the money. My answer to that is, fuck yeah, I will. I'll get up there dressed like Ace Frehley, right? But you know what? I deserve all the abuse I get. When people goof on me like I goof on Tommy Thayer, I'd love to be Tommy Thayer. While you fucking insult me, I'm in the fetal position in the back of my limo going to the bank to deposit millions. You know what I mean? Just because I goof on Tommy Thayer, people are like, well, you wouldn't do it. Yeah, I will. I would, but I deserve the backlash. I'm kidding, Hey, man, I would love to be Tommy Thayer. I'll tell you this right now. I would love to make millions with the whole world making fun of me. As long as you just keep sending me money. If the money stops, that'll suck if you make fun of me. But if you keep paying me a lot of money, goof on me all you want. But that's not David Ellison's fucking state at the moment. He's fucking in 100 bands. But I got to say, the Metal Church shit is great. But how much is that going to pay, really? Come on.
Yeah. No, it's, I was thinking about it the other day because I got a very nice, happy holidays, Merry Christmas message from my buddy Josh Toomey. And I'm thinking like, poor guy. You got to do a show with Dave Ellison and you can't bring that shit up. That's got to suck. That's got to, because that's comedy gold.
Dude, I goof on them every chance I get. You know what I do? I get on Google and I type in slang words for masturbation. And I just say, man, he got fired for shaking hands with Mr. Winky. I find all this shit on Google and I just go through paragraphs of that shit. And while I'm doing it, sometimes I fucking laugh because I'm reading it for the first time. And like, oh shit, that one's fucked up. But he deserves it. Look, the reason he deserves it, it's not because he's married. Because
he's a Christian.
Because he's a preacher. He's a Christian. Yeah. But the whole wife thing, hey, what if she's into that shit? What if she's in the corner masturbating while Dave masturbates on the phone? Who knows? I don't go, but if he is cheating on her, then that's different, So he deserves to be goofed on. That's it.
In my opinion, he deserves it because he was on the album Risk. The same way that whatever hand ailment that Dave Mustaine has, he deserves for playing on Risk. That's what you get when you put out some shit like that.
Dude, look, the other day I did a track by track. It was Saint Anger versus Risk, right?
Oof.
I mean, both horrendously bad albums. When I was done with both of them, I said, you know what? As horrible as these two albums are, I'd say Saint Anger was better.
Yeah, I would too.
Risk was so bad. I mean, so was Saint Anger, but goddamn, Risk was like pathetic. Risk was like, really? This is the band that fucking wrote Devil's Island? Come on, give me a break. This
Yeah.
is fucking bullshit. This is an
Yeah.
insult.
Devil's Island, that shit sounded like Santa's Village. It was fucking terrible.
Yeah, man. Fucking. So yeah, whatever. Hey, Josh Toomey, the scab Doctor Fuck. I wish him all the luck with David Ellison. It's I guess it's is it doing okay? I haven't watched it. It's probably.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But
But I wish him luck.
I feel hey, I gotta defend my he wasn't scab Dr. Fuck, he was just himself. People wanted him to be Dr. Fuck. That's where he got fucked. And then he said he didn't like Judas Priest. That's what killed him.
See, Ian, you are the David Lee Roth of podcast world. That only I'm Van Halen, of course. Oh, you will only work if you have Van Halen. That's the only way you'll work, you know? And that's the only way I work, because Van Halen without David Lee Roth sucked, Now,
Yeah, but like Van Hagar, you make a lot of money on your own.
no, I was never Van Hagar. Let's get that straight.
No, I'm not calling you that, but I'm saying you do very well on your own.
I was Van Halen without vocals when you left.
There you go.
I still kicked ass, but I didn't have my Diamond Dave. My
Snooky
Wookie Wacky Wiki.
All right. Well, Kopi27 says, awesome show. Debut 6, Rock and Roll Over 4. Really tough one. Last 2 songs made the difference, really. Kind of like Ralph, I got into Kiss by a compilation back in the day. For me, it was Killers. My mom bought it for me as a new release because I heard I Was Made for Loving You on the radio and fell in love with it instantly.
He's probably out. He's probably not in the U.S. if it was Killers, right?
Well, I know he's not in the U.S. because he just said, you guys should do a show on Opeth. Just saying.
I love Opeth. I was just listening to Deliverance the other day. That may be tied for my favorite Blackwater Park. I love it.
I need to check them out. The funny thing, I think I talked about this on the show. I always used to get them confused with this horrible rap rock band called OTEP.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, that shit's terrible. But I need to check it out because I've never listened to it. But then I've heard all this shit about Opeth, like people say, oh, they were so good and then they sold out and blah blah blah. And I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of like.
I don't know. I need to check it out.
I liked how he mixed the death metal vocals with some clean stuff, and then he just abandoned the death metal vocals. And I didn't like those albums musically either. So yeah. Deliverance and Blackwater Park to me are my 2 favorites. I think they were very unique. They're a unique band. They were.
Well, I need to check it out.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're amazing. It's kind of like, I wouldn't say Dream Theater, but out like Dream Theater, very technically crazy. But it doesn't sound like Dream Theater. But it's in the same realm of technical playing, and it's just. And very atmospheric but heavy. It's unique. I love Opeth. They're all right,
check it out. All right, Eric Satter Horner says, great episode. I like the format. Talking about 2 albums instead of 1 makes for more conversation. Really hard to choose between these 2 albums. Keep up the good work. Respect.
Yeah.
All right. RMCP Mark says, you guys failed to mention Dream Theater for albums released in 2025. Saw them play the new album in its entirety, and it was an amazing experience. Keep up the good work. I'll be smashing the like button for the algorithms. RMCP Mark, is that Mark Daly? Yeah, you're going to be smashing the guy's butts. That's what you're going to be doing. I love you, though. Thank you. Thank you for leaving a comment. The Dream Theater one, I didn't mention. I don't even know if I made it all the way through the whole album. I was just like, I listened to a couple songs like, I'm glad Portnoy's back, but I don't know. It's still Dream Theater to me. I like it to an extent, and I've really tried to force myself to like it, but was Dream Theater's album Panorama on your greatest of 2025?
I loved
from.
it. I own it.
Okay.
I love this album. Great album.
Okay.
And to Mark, I'm 60 fucking years old. I can't remember everything, you
All
know?
right. Yeah.
And
Fuck
it
you,
was
Mark.
also one of those, hey, look, here's another one. And Mark wouldn't know this because Mark doesn't like really killer metal. But I'll tell
Right.
you this, for everybody out there that's not Mark and you like killer metal, I'll tell you probably the greatest release this year is the new album by Sacrifice.
I don't
I
know
think
that
that's
one.
the best album this year. And I just heard it this week. That
Are
and
they
the new Corner, I think, are the two best albums of this year.
the corner? I definitely need to check
And
out.
they're both way better than that Dream Theater, but I do dig the Dream Theater album.
Sacrifice. Are they thrash? Are they death? What are they?
Yeah, they're thrash. They're from the 80s, dude.
Okay. All
They've been
right.
around
Well,
forever. They're fucking awesome.
all right. Well, I'll check it out. Dick Twatkins is hitting us up with a couple of comments. First one's like, dude, I heard that Rod Stewart rumor at school in the early 90s. So, see, that before the fucking internet, people knew he had a lot of cum. And then Dick Twatkins also said, excellent episode. I love the concept being on this show. Easily two of the best Kiss albums, RMCP for life. Let's give this a shot. And then he said, okay. I'm not gonna read everything he picked, but he put both albums get 5 points, so it's a fucking tie. Glad to see Wadzilla enjoying Kiss again. So even though I don't think his picks are the same as mine, but we both had a 5 for 5. Love me some Dick Twatkins. The BS Sessions. Okay, I'm gonna call bullshit on this one because we know who this is. This is Mark.
Oh,
He says,
yeah,
"Hey,
that's Mark.
yeah." He says, "Hey, I would never turn my back on you guys." Wink. Okay. And that's what I said in the last episode. I asked Mark to be on that episode and he turned us down. I asked Mark to be on this episode and he turned us down. So Mark, and then he left a little like had to rub it in. He goes, when you guys start getting some real numbers, maybe I'll come on your show again. So
Well,
fuck
hey,
you,
look,
Mark.
hey, I gotta say this, Mark,
Yeah.
for you saying you don't want to do our show. Thanks, dude.
Yeah. Don't make me look bad. All right. Eric Curry Pincher 5493 says, killer episode for sure. Keep on bringing it. RMCP rules.
Hell yeah. That's a pinch if
Modern
I ever heard one.
Modern Day Warrior 2112 says, honestly wish Triumph would have toured 20 years ago, but I'll still go see him because I never did back in the day. April Wine is a bonus in my opinion. I agree with that. Like, I've never seen April Wine. I've never seen Triumph. If they came around here, I would go. But the way it sounded, I don't feel like I could say like I really saw
Hey,
Triumph.
I've never seen April Wine.
Oh, really?
I
Wow,
love.
I'm surprised.
Oh yeah, April Wine only been down here once, to my knowledge, on the Nature of the Beast tour, my favorite April Wine album. But I was
Right.
young and I didn't know nobody else was going, and they were playing Miami. They were closed, so they never been back since. I'm a huge April Wine fan. Would I
I
love
need
to
to.
see? Would I love to see April Wine open for Triumph? Fuck yeah! But I'll tell you this, man, that ain't April Wine, bro. But I'd love to see it. One fucking member. It's
Right.
like it's not
Oh,
even
is it one
Miles.
member?
Yeah, Miles died, the main dude. I mean,
Okay.
the drummer who plays with him now and then, that guy's like 80 something years old. And he still
Uh,
plays good, but I doubt he's doing the tour. I think it's the
okay.
bass player or guitar player. But I mean, but I would still love to see it. The same thing with Triumph. Look, I get it. All you people that are excited, I get it. I want to see it too. But the difference between me and you is that you think you're going to see Triumph and April Wine. I know what I'm going to go see. And I've never seen April Wine before, but I've seen Triumph before enough to know it's a goddamn tribute to Triumph. Because if you got somebody up there playing the drums that ain't Gilmore, playing the bass that ain't Mike Levine, and playing the goddamn guitar when you're not Rick Emmett, come on, man. That's not the Triumph I saw. at all.
Yeah, but it's Phil X from Bon Jovi.
The
All right.
guy's good. The guy's good. You know, I watched today on Amazon Prime, Hired Guns. You ever seen that documentary?
Yes, I did see that. Good
And,
documentary.
and he's on it, and he's good,
Yeah,
man. He's a good. I mean, he replaced Rick Emmett in the '80s. You
yeah.
know, he's not
All
bad.
right. Leifenevret. I don't even know how the fuck you say it, so I just spelled that shit. He said, "Rock and Roll Over is the band's best, in my opinion, together with Love Gun, Dress to Kill, and Destroyer." Fucking A. I mean, those are all good picks.
Rock and Roll
Uh,
Over was my favorite. Now it's the first one.
oh, wow. Okay. Nice. Evil Eye 4070 says, I saw Bauhaus at Coventry University 1982 on the Sky's Gone Out tour. Fucking A right, man. I never got to see Bauhaus, man. Just Peter Murphy solo. I was supposed to go see, what? I think Bauhaus and fucking Lennon Claypool Delirium I was supposed to see, but I missed both of those because I went to Miami to hang out with Ralph and do copious amounts of drugs and see Judas Priest. And I feel like I made the right choice.
Yeah, you sure did. And we did acid.
Goddamn right.
We did acid and reviewed a Poison album too.
That's right.
While you were here.
Stargrove.
And then we
Stargrove.
watched Gene Simmons' Never Too Young to Die movie.
Good time. That's the shit you can't get back. You know, I might have missed some bands that I really wanted to see, but you know what? You ain't getting back my Miami trip, goddammit. Oh, my favorite. Oh, my big fan here. The Goof Off Jackson 7471
Jackson
says,
Rowdy.
what's that?
Jackson Rowdy, my buddy from Canada.
All right. He says, love you guys finally did a track by track episode. Ian was pretty good sport considering 5 out of 5 Magic Johnson dicks in Ian's homo-ridden ass. Even though I would have been right there to fucking suck him off while he was getting fucked in the ass. Not because I am a fan of Ian, but because I love the taste of cum in my mouth. You two are hilarious. Couldn't stop laughing during the track by track. Hope to see more of these episodes in the future. And then he gives his list. And again, I'm not going to read all through that, but he picked the first Kiss album 7, Rock and Roll Over 3. And yeah, I disagree with his pick, but I totally understand that he loves, would love the taste of my cum in his mouth. So, right on. Sam Russo 4026 says it's a tie between both albums. Also didn't know you guys were both Smiths fans and one of my favorite bands. There you go.
Hey, let's all jerk each other off. We love the Smiths.
Yeah, exactly. We'll all put on fucking Morrissey glasses and ride bikes through the streets.
Let me tell you something. Both of you are jacking me off. Heaven knows I'm not miserable now.
That's a good one. That's a good co-host in a coma.
Yeah.
All right. Unseen Death Force says, I think I've been blocked by dirt mitts, Mark Allen Taylor, because I don't see either of their shit. Wow. That's two extremes. Have you been blocked by dirt mitts and fucking Mark Allen Taylor? What the fuck are you posting?
What's the
That's
guy's
all I can say.
What's the guy's name?
Unseen Death Force. Because Dirt Mitts is one of like the most like brutal motherfuckers, like don't give a shit. And then you got Mark Allen Taylor who like sucks it just because. Wow. I don't know what offensive shit you posted, but that's awesome. Count Ralphus says, great All in the Family background, Ian. My all-time favorite sitcom and Killer Bauhaus shirt. But Bullet Boys, oofa. Hey, I'll take that, man. I'll take that, Bullet Boys are not for everybody. And I love me some Count Ralphus. Matt S1P says, John 5 played on it. Of course the new Peter Criss album fucking sucks. Aw, I like
And
me some John Five.
look, he brings an interesting point. I feel John Five's extremely overrated. Now, hear me out. I saw John Five once with Rob Zombie in Vegas, of all places. And the guy's
Right.
phenomenal. He did a guitar solo. He's a badass.
Yeah.
And what he does on the DLR album is awesome. After that, what's he done? I got that solo album of his. It's crappy. Everything I've heard him do after that DLR album is crap to me. I feel he's a technically a good guitar player, but he can't write songs worth of shit. Look what he did with Motley Crue.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you. Yeah, the Motley Crue shit's horrible. I love his solo work, and I find his solo albums very um, very different. I would much rather listen to a John Five solo album though than an Ingve. As much as I love me some fucking Trilogy. Trilogy is my favorite Ingve album, and I like some different shit. But overall, I just find him a much more interesting guitar player. I think it's weird that he's been in bands like fucking, primarily what he's known for is Manson and for fucking Rob Zombie, two bands that you don't even need a guitar player for. You just need a computer, you know. Yeah, the same thing with.
This sound right here, fucking garbage.
Hold
Fucking
on, let
garbage.
me.
It's fucking
Uh,
garbage. It's called Sinner.
yeah.
It sucks. It just I wanted to like it. Thank God I
Okay.
got it for free because I'm friends with somebody. They got fired recently, which just sucks. But I was friends with people that worked at a vinyl pressing plant, and they
Yeah.
made this album, and it sucks. I just,
And
I,
then he made two with Rob Halford, which I love that album.
yeah, that one, dude, give me Ingve any day. I don't give a fuck. The worst Ingve album, I'll take over that garbage
Okay.
any day
See,
of the week.
I love two, but I know I'm in the minority. Let's see here.
But you're in the majority with everybody saying how awesome John Five is. I don't think he's awesome. I don't. I think
Okay.
he's an awesome guitar player, but I don't think
Right.
musically he really does much. Look at the
Okay.
shit he did with David Lee Roth recently. That shit's fucking garbage.
Yeah, it was garbage. I'll definitely give you that. That was garbage. Ain't no saving that. But
Or my
I put all the blame on Dave on that. I don't put none of the blame on
well,
John Five.
I put the blame on John Five on that, and I put the blame on John Five with Motley Crue.
Yeah,
He's
I don't know.
garbage.
I
And,
think
and,
both
and
those.
wait. And
Okay.
also, how much has John Five been hyping the David Lee Roth stuff? Saying how amazing it is.
He did hype the fuck out. I'll give him that. He hyped the fuck out. But I'll
Uh,
tell you what, you could have Jimmy Page on that David Lee Roth shit and it would sound like fucking horse shit. It was just terrible. It was just terrible music.
and so was that fucking Motley Crue garbage.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, all Motley Crue's fucking horrible, except for
But he
Shout the
didn't make it
Devil in
no better.
'94.
He didn't make it
No,
no better.
no, but you know what? He's given a fucking leash. I'll give him that. Like, how can you polish something Nikki Sixx is gonna write? Okay, fucking Jesus Christ! Everything that guy touches is a fucking turd. All right, Ryan Russell, 9556 says the Bush Anthrax show was fucking great. Really hope these three shows did well enough. He'll do more shows. The NY show was packed. He's singing as good as ever, and the band was fucking awesome. So happy I made the trip up the Jersey Turnpike. Well worth the dime. And then Matt S1P responded to that by goated guest, which, yes, Ryan T. Russell is a goated guest on this show. Zandigs666 says, at your metal service. Next up, Full Metal Jacket. Great episode as usual. You guys really helped me through hard times, man. Honorable mention for the Stallone and his recent TV venture, Tulsa King. Stay heavy. I have not watched Tulsa King, Ralph. Have you?
I watched season one and I really liked it. I started to watch season two and I was really liking it, and I haven't gone back. I got to go back and watch them, but I've seen
Okay.
like three, and I know they're on the third. I think the third season was just released, so I got some catching up to do. But yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it.
All right. Gary5642 says, ooh, tough one. I would have to actually go with the debut, but Rock and Roll Over. Peter Criss songs are two of my very favorite. Plus, Eddie Kramer does a spectacular job of production on Rock and Roll Over. Just find there's more variety on the first record. All
I
right.
mean, God, if Eddie Kramer produced the first album, can you imagine how awesome that would have been?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
But then
look what Eddie Kramer did to those demos before the first album. Those
yeah.
demos are better than the first
But
album.
then again, it's hard to say, man. Like, my favorite of the first three is Hotter Than Hell. And look at the raw production on that. But who knows? That could be one of those, like if Steven Wilson, who did all those Black Sabbath ones, redid it, I might like it even better. You never know. You never know. All right. Well, that's our YouTube reviews. Again, hey, it's cool that our audience is shifting, that you guys are going more towards the YouTube channel. Make sure you are subscribing. Make sure you are hitting that like button, because that shit makes all the difference. Because we do not post as much, like Ralph has multiple posts a day. That helps the anal rhythms. Whereas we have one a week. We don't have that whole anal rhythm thing going. But if you guys subscribe to it, if you guys like it, if you comment on it, if you just want to hear your name said on the show, there's a good fucking way to do it. If you're like Goof Jackson and you're just sexually attracted to me, leave a comment. That's how it goes. But thank you, everybody. But now we go into the news. And, a big thing in the news this week, a lot of people talking about, if you're on Facebook, everybody's going off about, this new comedy special from Dave Chappelle. Like, that seems to be like the big thing. Oh, the new Dave Chappelle comedy special. I think there is a comedy special that tops that not enough people are talking about. But I know Ralph knows about it. And that is the new solo album by Peter Criss. Yes, I got it. Yes, I did get the new Peter Criss solo album. And I got to say, and then I saw this drama online about the new Peter Criss solo album. Did you see the fake stories, Ralph, about like the $1,000? He was charging $1,000 to download.
It's true that they were charging $1,000 at Bandcamp.
Okay. It's bless your heart. That is misrepresented. It was not $1,000 to download the album. It was $9.99 to download the new Peter Criss solo album. It was $1,000 to delete it off your computer. That's where they got you. That's where they fucked you. If you wanted to get rid of this shit, it was $1,000. But I gotta say, Ralph gave me a lot of. He's like, "You're gonna hate it. You want to hate it." I'm like, let me listen to this motherfucker, because I couldn't, because nobody sent this shit to me, and thank you. But I did get it, and I listened to it, and I'll be goddamn if my view of this album was not spot on with what Ralph said. Even like not listen to it, like, Ralph said what he thought, and I had no idea other than the Creepy Crawly song. And then I finally got it. I'm like, you know what? I need to listen to this shit. And it was pretty much spot on with Ralph. There was 2 songs on this shit, on this comedy album, that I liked. And I got to tell you, the 2 I liked, I really liked. But the one thing I think where Ralph was spot on is like, it does not sound like Peter Criss.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I'm wondering to myself, I'm like, is it because he's 80 years old? Is it because it's like, some AI shit with the production, like, making up for
AI shit would make him sound like 70s Peter Criss, though.
You think so? So this is just him now. Okay.
I think so. I don't think it's AI.
Well, I agree with you 100%. Like when I first heard it, I was like, Where is that Rod Stewart-esque, raspy voice? Um, I do think the production's not bad though. It totally sounds piecemeal like so many like fucking metal albums nowadays. So I can't fault them on that because to me it sounds just like the New Testament. It sounds like three guys on five different computers, putting shit together. There's no fucking heart and soul there. Um, but I will say that it's the best sounding fucking Peter Criss album that I've ever heard. Um, but that's not saying much. That's not saying much. And much like Ralph, there's two songs that I really loved, and the rest I just thought was ridiculous. And just like seeing the response online, like all these people like, oh, love it, Catman's back, blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking to myself, like, if this was not Peter, if this motherfucker was not a member of Kiss, and you just played this album for somebody, what the fuck would they say? It'd be nothing like they'd be like, what the fuck is this garbage? But I just want to say, and I don't know, Ralph, because I know you probably listened to this twice, and you'll never listen to this again the rest of your life. Do you remember the two songs though that you liked?
I remember one of them,
Okay, which one was that?
Justice.
Justice. Justice is on my list. Two songs that I liked: Justice and Cheaper to Keep Her.
I don't think that was the other one, but I'm sure I said nice things about it. But
Okay, all right,
you know what somebody said in the comments?
What's that?
My review saying that Justice was a song Peter Criss took to Kiss for Psycho Circus and they rejected it.
Wow.
So it's like, wow. So we got that shitty Paul Stanley ballad instead of this cool Peter Criss song.
Wow. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if that's true, they totally fucked up.
Yeah.
They totally fucked. I'm not joking here. I like Justice and Cheaper to Keep Her. I thought they were really good songs. Still, on neither one of these does it sound like Peter Criss. But they were well done songs.
Well, I'm shocked, Ian. I'm shocked.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, I mean, because I wanted to do that because I knew, like, you're giving me shit like I wanted to hate it. And it's like, I don't want to hate it. Just to say,
But there are times, dude, that you bash on shit before it comes out, and then when it comes out, you stick with it.
well, a lot of times I just know it's gonna suck. But I'll be honest though, just like
it's
like the shit with Ace, I really wanted to like the Ace shit. I just knew it was gonna suck.
I listened to Spaceman the other day. What a kick-ass rocking album. Honestly, the only songs I don't like on that Spaceman is the one that Gene Simmons wrote. Because Gene Simmons helped write two songs on the album. And I think they're kind of fillerish, but man, Bronx Boy, Mission of Mars, I Want to Go Back, the Eddie Money cover. Man, that's some great shit. And Spaceman is even better, man.
What's your favorite Ace album, not counting the solo album?
The Frehley's Comet.
Really? Yeah. See, I'll take fucking Trouble Walking over that.
I love Trouble Walking would be my third favorite. It's
really your third favorite. Okay.
I put Space Invader over Trouble Walking.
All right. But you do admit like the most talented member of Frehley's Comet was Todd Hallworth, right?
No.
Okay.
He ruined Second Sighting for me.
Fuck, he saved that album. I'll be right back.
That album's fucking terrible.
I love that shit.
Well, you're part of the Kiss twats on that one, bro. That whatever Ace releases, I'm gonna love. Hey man, I really wish that his last album would have been good. And you know what, man? I totally blamed that on that Trickster guy. What's his name? Steve Brown. He fucked it. I mean, what the fuck was Ace thinking? You're going to let a guy that has a shit track record. He was in Trickster. And what has Trickster done? They had like that little glimmer of hope at the end of the grunge era because, there was stupid bands like Bullet Boys that were getting, somewhat big. and they fit that mold of Bullet Boys, no matter what Ian says. And it became like a little glimmer, and then it got, stampeded by the second album, and then looked back on as a joke. I mean, come on, when people talk about Trickster, they're like a joke band, Even the name of the band, Trickster. And you get that guy to help you with the album is fucking ridiculous. And I heard he was going to help on the Origin shit, which is even equally ridiculous.
All right. Well, enough of AIDS Fraley's AIDS-ridden ass. I got to put this question to you though. Because I've seen a lot of positive shit about this Peter Criss record, and I just want to put this to you and see if you can give me your opinion. If you were not a Kiss fan, if you did not know Kiss, or did not know this guy was a member of Kiss, and this album was given to you, and you listened to it, do you think your opinion would be different?
No.
You'd still say, like, this sucks.
I don't think the album sucks. I just think it's not great. It's got a couple songs I like. I don't really think the only song I think really sucks on it is that country song. I think it was the last track on there. I can't remember. That was like the only one I would say sucks. But then there's songs that I wouldn't say they're horrible, but it's not in my wheelhouse. Like I don't like Jerry Lee Lewis, Chuck Berry, Little Richard shit.
Well, the last song is Hard Rock Knockers, and I think even fucking Bret Michaels laughs at that shit. That was like the most stupidest fucking. And I'm a tit guy. I love big tits, but Hard Rock Knockers.
I heard he wrote that, and I'm not making a joke here. I heard that song's about breast cancer. I'm not making a joke. That's what I heard.
It'd be better if it was. That shit was fucking horrible. But hey,
Was that the country song?
I wouldn't consider that. I don't know what song you're considering country.
Yeah, I think it was the last song. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, maybe it's that one.
That's the only one I would say sucks. But the rest of it, it's not my thing. But a lot of people, well, I don't like it at all, therefore it sucks. No, there's a lot of things I listen to that I wouldn't say sucks, but I don't really like it. And there's a lot of things. What was the band I listened to? Oh fuck, the band before Pearl Jam. What was the name of that band?
Mother Love Bone.
Mother Love Bone. All right, I listened to that the other day.
Great album.
I didn't like it, but I didn't find it offensive, and I can't say it sucked.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, I was shocked by it. That shit sounded more like Motley Crue than Pearl Jam. It was like very.
Oh yeah.
It was very hair metal. In some spots.
But yeah, definitely.
It was better than a lot of hair metal. I would say that. But
better than a lot of Pearl Jam.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of those. There's one song on there that sounds like a Pearl Jam song, but like better than any Pearl Jam song. And I'm a big fan of the first two Pearl Jam albums. You know what I just ordered today because I can't find it, dude.
Right.
My Alice in Chains Facelift is missing, and I can't live without that album.
That's an incredible album.
I said, "Fuck this! I gotta order it." And man,
that's Amazon, an EP that's better than most albums.
Amazon
or did you say Facelift, or which one did you say?
Facelift.
Yeah.
That's not an EP.
No, I was thinking of Sap.
I have that in Jar of Flies. But man, Facelift's my second favorite after Dirt. That fucking album fucking owns, and I can't live without it, so I just ordered
it. Nice. Well, yeah, Peter Criss, you get what you paid for. That's all I'm saying.
Free, man. And let me tell you, man, I was the first one to review it. It did quite well. It's number one.
I'm sure it did. I don't know who sent it to you, but they're not your friend.
It's number one. Like, I have a top 10 thing.
Yeah.
And it's number one. But number two, it's on its heels. It may be beating it. I did a news story on Vinnie Vincent charging $225 for a CD.
Yeah.
And now next week, I'm
Is
gonna
that all time or just like recently?
no, recently,
Okay, okay,
all time, no.
okay.
And my next Kiss story, I think, is gonna probably even top both of those because Kiss always got news. The next Kiss story, you saw that the hair metal guru interviewed Carrie Stevens, the chick that dated Eric Carr.
No, I did not see that one.
It's a great interview. And she talks about how, Paul Stanley in his book said that, she saw him grab his drumsticks while he was in the coffin. And she
Yeah.
got pissed. She never did that. She said she placed a picture in the coffin and didn't even touch the drumsticks. And she went off on it. So I talk about that next week. And that'll do well, I'm sure. Kiss always got those stories, bro.
Fucking fags. All right, let's see what else is going on in the news, shall we? Here's something. This definitely in your wheelhouse. Sean Killian rips selfish Phil demo for wanting to show violence in 2023. And Sean Killian says, I don't want people like that in my life. Have you read this story yet, Ralph?
Yeah, and I got some negative things to say about Sean Killian actually about this.
Uh oh. Uh oh.
You know how much I worship the guy.
Oh, I know.
I think it's fucked up he said that because number one, Phil was the one that did the charity, the Sean Killian command. He did
Yeah.
the charity for his operation.
That,
He did a lot, and he spearheaded the reunion. But think about this: everybody in the band left him. He's the only guy left.
right.
And don't say it, Ian. Don't say it. But I'm just going to say I heard from somebody firsthand that was in that band
Okay.
that didn't have nice things to say about Sean Killian, had good things to say about Phil, and had great things to say about, my God, what's his fucking name? I've forgotten. Perry Strickland. Great things
Yeah.
to say about him, but not so nice things to say about Sean Killian. So unfortunately, I got to side on Phil on this, and I don't think it's cool. Sean's coming out bad mouthing the guy because goddamn, everybody abandoned ship, and it got and Phil Demmel. I mean, even Category 7 and doing John Bush thing brings in more people in trouble. I hate to say it because you know how much I'm a big fan, but Violence is like an opening band. They can't go touring headline tours. They can't. Would I
Sure.
still go see them? Fuck yeah, because I love Sean Killian, just like I love Eddie Van Halen, Daily Roth, and their douchebags. So whatever. But yeah, I'm not too happy with this whole story.
Yeah, no, I agree with what you said. Like, violence is an opening band, like opening the doors while you go see a good band.
No, yeah.
Oh, okay. No, but I think the thing I thought was most telling, if you actually read the article,
I
uh,
saw I saw the interview itself.
right. No, but what I'm saying, if you read the Blabbermouth article,
Wait,
when
wait,
they
wait,
get
wait, wait. Stop a second. Do Blabbermouth still have comments?
it's all fucked up. I think you have to go on Facebook or whatever. They don't show ever since everything got political. That's when they cut off the shit because
Good.
every response was like fucking Trump,
Yeah,
or
good,
Trump
good,
love
good.
or Trump hate.
Or Trump
You know,
hate. I hated the comment section. And I've been noticing that. Oh, no more comments. Good.
yeah. Now apparently there's a way to see it, but you got to go on Facebook. But if you read the actual like the whole Facebook story, it not only gives what Sean Killian says, but it gives an interview with Phil Demo. And what he said made a lot more sense to me. He said, like, towards the end, he's like, okay, we lost this guy, then we lost that guy, and he's talking about Dean, he's talking about Perry, and all these other guys, of course, Rob's not there and stuff. And he goes, it just got to a point where he said, like, it's just me and Sean. And this isn't violence to me. Violence to me was like me, Perry, me and Perry started this
And
shit.
even Dean was extremely important.
Yeah, Yeah, so he's saying all this shit. So he said towards the end it got to like this isn't the band that I started in my garage. You know, this isn't violence to me anymore. And all this shit. So if you read what both of them wrote, you know, I definitely side more towards Phil Demo, you know. So I mean, I don't give a shit either way because I'm not a fan of this fucking band. Even though I love the EP, the one they did with Bobby Gustafson, that's my favorite by far. Because I think Sean Killian sounds the least obnoxious on that release, and it's good thrash, you know. But I totally get what Demo's saying. Like this ain't violence; it's violence in name only. You know, it's not the band. So I get it. You know, what are you
It's a
gonna do?
shame. It's a shame. I'll still go see him though if he comes my way. But
Yeah, no, I hear you.
it's a shame.
All right. Tommy Lee on Motley Crue Bandmates, he says, now we're actually closer than we've ever been.
Sure, yeah.
And I think he means that because Vince has gotten fatter. So there's less room on the bus. Who gives a fuck about Motley Crue? Uh,
Our buddy from Australia, the guy with what does he have again? Parkinson's. What does that guy have that loves Motley Crue in Australia? Our buddy. What's his name?
AIDS. Fuck, what's his name?
TJ James or something.
Yeah, TJ. Yeah, AIDS. AIDS. He's got AIDS. It's
Yeah.
like something immune deficiency syndrome.
He is, actually, he's the only guy on the planet that caught AIDS from listening to Brandon.
Yeah, that's true because he listened to it with headphones.
No. He listened to it and said he liked it. Bam, AIDS. Right away. By admitting you like that song, AIDS.
All right. Well, here's something. I think this is kind of like, man, this is kind of like, he's talking about us, you know, without like actually saying it. But Ricky Rackett said, Poison's Ricky Rocket said he believes there are successful musicians who are autistic, but not podcasters. So basically, he's saying, you know, you can have autism and be a rock star, but not a podcaster.
Well, hey, I beg to differ. By the way, I'm going to plug it. Check out the Freeform Rock podcast. Ricky, you need to check out the Freeform Rock podcast.
Somebody needs to.
You need to listen to that, Ricky. You need to be schooled.
Oh, shit. All right. Wolfgang Van Halen says, I'm very happy that people are beginning to take me seriously as my own artist.
Oh, hey, man, he's great. You know what? I got his new album. Very front loaded. Dude, first few songs kick ass. Then it gets kind of boring. Kid's talented, man. Well, he's not a kid, but still, whatever. I love Wolfgang. If it wasn't for Wolfgang, Van Halen would not have ended their career with David Lee Roth. Thank you. And if it wasn't for Wolfgang, you wouldn't have had fucking Hear About It Later on the set list or Out of Love Again on the set list on those future shows with David Lee Roth. Wolfgang Van Halen should be applauded for what he did to Van Halen before Van Halen ended. He, instead of Van Halen ending with that fucking horrible Hagar reunion, they ended with the three most successful tours they ever had with David Lee Roth.
I agree with that. Not a fan of his own music.
And a
but
different kind of truth? Come on.
I agree with everything you said.
Listen to She's a Woman. Listen to Chinatown. Listen to what Wolfgang is doing on there. Technically, better than Michael. I prefer Michael on the band, but if we're going to go right to head technical shit, let's see Michael pull off the beginning of Chinatown.
Yeah.
No way.
Listen to fucking A Different Kind of Truth and then listen to Chickenfoot. Tell me what's missing. Nothing. That'd be like if fucking Priest went out without Ian Hill. And I love Ian Hill, but come on.
You know what? On my iPod shuffle came on today. Love Bites, dude. That beginning is so awesome.
I love it.
Boom, boom, boom. It's so simple but awesome. I love
I
Ian
love
Hill.
it.
Fucking
I do too. But Ian Hill is more essential than fucking Mike Anthony.
dude. Ian Hill makes fucking Cliff Williams look like Billy Sheehan.
Oh God. Hey, fucking Metallica went on without Cliff Burton. Fucking Judas Priest couldn't go on without Ian Hill.
Yeah.
How about this? Death's Mark. How do you say his last name, Ralph? Do you know how to say it?
Who?
Asagudia?
Oh, Death Angel?
Yeah, Death Angel.
Mark Asaguayo.
Aguaya.
I think. Mark Asaguayo, I believe.
Mark Asaguaya. On retirement, he says, I'm going to do it till my body literally can't do it anymore. And I'm fucking fine with that, man, because that motherfucker can still sing his ass off, man.
I love Mark, but he made a mistake. He should have changed his name. You know? Been known as Mark Pod Fluid.
Yeah.
You know?
Mark St. John, but not the one that fucks kids. That would have been good, you know.
Ain't that ironic?
He would have got all those Kiss fans.
Ain't that ironic? A guy that fucked kids and his name is Saint.
Yeah.
No, actually, it's kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because Kiss fans will explain anything away.
No, I'm talking about saints, preachers. You know, I'm going.
Yeah. Yeah. Fags. But no, Mark. I mean, Mark is doing amazing. These later day albums with fucking Death Angel are fucking awesome, man. I was a fan of the Gary King album. A lot of people are split on that.
I like that album a lot. I like it a lot, actually. I have the test pressing of it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I think it's great, and I think the guy is still like, man, you know, as an older thrash vocalist, doing fucking amazing. So I hope he keeps on going till he can't.
It sounds like Slayer to me, man.
Yeah, there was another story where he was saying like, I just want to do Tom Araya proud. He's like, I love Tom Araya. He's like, I love Slayer. He goes, and when I do those songs, he goes, I want to do them, you know, fucking justice, and I would want Mark, you know, I want Tom to be happy with it, you know, and I think that's killer, man. You know,
I saw
fucking
some killer bootleg footage of Kerry King's band, and they did Purgatory and Killers from Maiden.
Yeah.
Back to back as a tribute to Diano. Man, that shit smoked. It's
Yeah. No, I think it's awesome. I think he did a great job, and you know, ain't his fault. Tom is a fucking, you know, MAGA bitch. You know, don't want to.
Hey man, don't insult Tom. Tom's a fucking legend.
I love Tom. God damn it. Hey, I love Slayer, man. That's the best Big Four out band there is.
I gotta agree with you, brah. That is the best of the Big Four bands. Even though I would say Metallica, probably, you know, I gotta say their album's a little better, but
oh no, I'll agree with that, man. Like, how do you beat the first three Metallica albums? But overall, Slayer's a better band.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, after Master of Puppets, they can't compete with Slayer.
Yeah.
Nothing after Master of Puppets can compete with Rain and Blood and South of Heaven and what was the one that everybody hated? I love Seasons. I love that album.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing. It's like when they did the Big Four tour, you know, of course, you know, because Anthrax always gets shit on. They opened up, you know, and I know in your opinion, they should.
No, but you know what? You know what? They were good. I went to the theater. This is when I was dating that Guns N' Roses bitch.
Oh, that whore.
I went to the theater when they were showing the Big Four live at theaters while it was happening.
Yeah.
And dude, Anthrax pretty much stole the show, man.
Really?
They had something to prove. They
Yeah.
were unbelievable. But then I saw Anthrax over from Megadeth and Slayer, and I will say they were better than Megadeth, but they weren't better than Slayer.
Yeah.
You know, Dave
But
Lombardo was there, you know.
from what I heard, of course, Mustaine threw a big fit because, it was Anthrax, Megadeth, Slayer, then fucking Metallica. But look at the draw. Look at what people still give a fuck about. You know,
If it was
it made
1991,
sense.
if it was 1990, 91, 92, Megadeth would have been over Slayer. But after Countdown, it went
Yeah.
backwards. And as far as concert draws, dude,
Yeah.
I'd go see Slayer at amphitheaters. I'd see fucking Megadeth in theaters.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, you can say all you want about, Diabolos and, some albums like that, but they didn't have as many shit albums as fucking Megadeth.
They only have one shit album, really.
Yeah.
I only say they only have one shit album. Now,
And I don't even agree with that. I still like it. I mean, I understand why some people don't like it, but it's like, but Megadeth has the worst discography, in my opinion. They have a worse discography than Anthrax, as far as shitty albums.
overall, yeah, and even Metallica. Like I said earlier, Saint Anger is better than Risk, and Saint Anger ain't no picnic.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would say, yeah, Megadeth out of the big four has the worst discography.
So it's pretty bad when, like, your bass player and you got jerking off to a fucking 14-year-old girl and you're still not the biggest jerk off in your band. That's all I'm going to say. All right. What else is going on here? Let's see. Don Dokken admits that that the 2016 reunion tour of Japan was a disaster, mostly because of him.
Well,
And
what makes that any different than recent performances?
no, but what I like though is this is a rare interview with Don Dokken where he admits that he was the weak link, that his vocals, his attitude towards it, that he was the weak link, because normally Don Dokken says he's done everything, and if it wasn't for Don Dokken, he's worse than Gene Simmons, dude. Don Dokken, what a piece of shit.
Well, I'm gonna bring up the hair metal guru again. He recently interviewed the original bass player for Lynch Mob.
Yes, Anthony Esposito. I haven't watched it yet. I saw a clip, but I haven't watched it.
He said George Lynch was like a Vinnie Vincent type. His worst.
Yeah.
He's his own worst enemy. So I kind of side on Don Dokken when he's arguing with George Lynch. But I will also say this: next Sunday, I won't be able to do the show because I'm going to see George Lynch.
Nice.
I saw the set list. All he's doing is Dokken, and he's ending
Nice.
the set with "Wicked Sensation," so I can leave after that. I can leave before he starts that stupid song.
Fuck that. That song kicks ass.
No, it doesn't.
Does too.
Oh wait, I forgot. You like the Bullet Boys? My bad.
Love that shit. Marty Freeman on his audition for Ozzy Osbourne. It sounded fine, but I didn't really match the vibe of the band very much. I get that because Marty Freeman's a fucking nerd, and you need a man to front fucking Ozzy Osbourne. But I mean, not that stopped Joe Holmes or fucking Tracy Z or whatever the fuck his name is.
Gus G,
But yeah.
he was awesome.
Yeah, whatever. Fucking, you gotta be a fucking stud to fucking front Ozzy, in my opinion. And fucking Randy did it. Fucking Jake did it. Zach did it. And that's it. That's
I'd put Brad over Zach.
really.
What he did on Speak of the Devil, fuck yeah, bro. I would say that's my favorite Ozzy release after the two Randy albums. Speak of the Devil, then fucking Bark of the Moon.
Well, I will say this: at least fucking Brad Gillis liked Black Sabbath, unlike that fucking traitor Randy Rhoads.
Traitor.
All right. What
Man,
else
what
we got?
Randy Rhoads did to Children of the Grave, though, fucking hey. He fucking smoked it. He did his version. I was listening to today on my iPod Shuffle. What a song. And Sharon's trying to hide this shit. I don't know why. The song You Said It All. That song is, you know that song, right?
Yeah, not a fan.
Oh my God, you're crazy. That song, that solo, that fucking song. You know what I don't understand about that song? Is why did they add live noise? Because it's a studio track.
Right.
And they added live noise. But god damn, what a song, man. What I only think that they only did one bad song, Blizzard of Oz. And that is Me Looking at You, Looking at Me, the B-side.
Yeah,
Um,
that song sucks.
yeah, that's the only song. I love No Bo movies. I love Little Dolls. I love everything they did. I
I
love
get
it
it.
all, but I don't like looking at me, looking at you, whatever the fuck.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool. I mean, you like what you like. All righty.
Hey, as
Well,
long as I don't like the Bullet Boys, we're good.
hey, smooth up in you, motherfucker. You gotta go pee pee?
Now I'm gonna go get some tea.
All right, go get some tea. Smooth up in ya. I know Mark Daly likes that shit. Homo. I like me some Bullet Boys. Fuck that shit. Fuck it. Freak Show. Freak Show. Fuck. I like that shit better than the first album. But we're getting ready to talk about some Judas Priest, not some goddamn Mickey Mouse fucking Kiss shit. Fucking Fisher Price fucking metal. Fucking Matchbox car fucking rock. We're going to talk about some Judas Priest.
Yeah, it's a bummer
All
we
right.
talk about the Bullet Boys though.
Yeah. Bullet Boys. Yeah. Yeah, they suck, but I like them. But here we go. This was my thing. You picked the last track by track, which rightfully so. Kiss. You're automatically gonna get fucking nerds and fags to turn into that shit. But I'm like, hey, let's do a fucking metal band. Let's do Judas Priest. And then I thought about it. I was like, let's do our favorite albums. Your favorite album being Sad Wings of Destiny. My favorite album being Stained Class. Fucking awesome enough. It's still keeping like a band in the band kind of thing. I'd like to expand to like, one band versus the other. And I was almost thinking like, let's do a fucking Motorhead album. But then I was like, well, Motorhead, you limit yourself because it's only cool fucking people will listen to that.
Yeah, most people that listen to us aren't cool.
Yeah. But Judas Priest, I'm like, what a fucking good band to pick. And two albums, I'm like, ooh, they both got 9 songs. This is interesting. They're both legendary albums by the band. So fucking killer. I was excited about this. But let's do like a quick recap though. I mean, even though we've done multiple Judas Priest episodes. But for people who are newer, Ralph, how did you find this band and why is Sad Wings your favorite?
All right. Very unique. I discovered 4 amazing albums in Germany in 1979. Chic Your Booty, Frank Zappa,
Yeah.
Prime of the Century, Supertramp. No. That album's a masterpiece, Ian.
Okay, bye.
Love Drive, The Scorpions in Germany. I discovered, and Unleashed in the East.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Those 4 albums, because my brother was in the army and he was sharing his apartment with other army buddies. When they'd go off, my parents went to France because they hate the French too. And when they went, I stayed with my brother.
French.
And while they were gone, I was alone. And all I would do all day was listen to Frank Zappa, Supertramp, Scorpions, and Judas Priest. my brother's girlfriend at the time, later wife, now ex-wife, Eva, a German chick, she said, "You need to listen to this. I know you like the hard rock. You'll love this." And she gave me a double live album for a band called Status Quo. And that shit sucked.
I've never listened to Status Quo.
Status Quo is one of those bands that are huge in Europe. It's like
Right, I know that.
you need to eat beans and toast to understand Status Quo.
Are they mellow? What are they?
Oh, they're kind of rock, but rocky rolly type, you know.
Okay.
But anyway, that's how I discovered Priest. And then after that, I got British Steel, and that was my first Judas Priest studio album. Worshipped it because that was the year. You don't know, Ian, the greatest year, 1980, getting bombarded with Iron Maiden on through
I
the
can only imagine.
Women and Children First, the fucking to two Saxon albums, you know, fucking it was the first Angel Witch, getting hit with all this shit, you
I could
know,
only imagine.
loving it. But then when I heard Sad Wings of Destiny, which was honestly, it was years later. I think I heard it like around 82, 83. And at first I was like, wow, these songs are too slow because I'm so used to Unleashing the East versions.
Right.
And then, you know, I ended up collecting all Priest albums. And then my favorite Priest album was always Stained Class. That's the one. That's my, really, I mean, still my favorite is really Unleashing the East. That's their best album ever. And I understand, you see, that album, a lot of people say it's fake, but actually, the music on Unleashing the East is 100% live.
Correct.
Now, according to Rob Halford, in his book, he said he recorded his performance of Unleashing the East like it was a live concert. He did it all in one take at John Lennon's house, where, you know, John Lennon, when he plays Imagine on the piano.
Right, that house.
Yeah.
Same when they did British Steel, right?
They did it there too as well. And so Forever Stained Class was my favorite album. But then, man, I don't know, it maybe been like 5 years or something. I'm listening to fucking Sad Wings, and I was like, you know what? No, you know what? It's kind of like how I felt about Kiss. Because Forever Kiss Rock and Roll Over was my favorite. But goddamn, the songs on the first Kiss album and the songs on fucking Sad Wings, it's just so historic. Ripper, Tyrant, Genocide, Out of Domination, Victim of Changes, Dreamer, Deceiver, you know, Tyrant. Tyrant, the only song on Sad Wings I prefer over the live version, and the live version rules. But yeah, so I discovered Judas Priest that way.
All right. Well, mine is much gayer than yours.
Of course, it's Turbo, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Turbo. My first Judas Priest. Well, no, I should say that. The first time I heard Judas Priest was You Got Another Thing Coming. And my dad liked it, who normally didn't like what we would call heavy metal. He liked 70s heavy metal. You know, he loved Uriah Heep. He loved Black Sabbath, you know, shit like that. But to Americans, you know, maybe to Europeans, you know, they got the 70s Judas Priest. He was used to what Americans got for heavy metal. So I heard, you know, You Got Another Thing Coming. And it was much like Quiet Riot or fucking Def Leppard. It was top 40 music. It wasn't really like heavy metal, you know. But then I discovered them on my own through Turbo. Heard Turbo Lover, loved it. Heard Parental Guidance, loved it, you know. First Judas Priest album was Turbo. Second Judas Priest album was Priest Live. And then I started going back. And my first experience to 70s Priest was Unleashing the East, which I bought. I'm trying to look back in the time frame. It was probably either late 87 or early 88. And I used to have a paper route that I would do before school. Um, and I would put on Unleashed in the East on my headphones, on a Walkman, on a Sony Walkman on cassette. And I would listen to that as I'm passing out penny savers. If any of you know what a penny saver is, a coupon thing. Um, but fucking fell in love with it, and then I went deeper into Sabbath, into Priest. And I was like, oh, fuck. God damn, I love this band. But it was still, that was like the deepest I went back until 93, when actually after Halford had left and they released a compilation called Metalworks.
I have that, yeah.
Yeah, Metalworks, dude. I had that on CD. I bought it right when it came out. That changed the whole way I looked at Priest. And to me, it's still one of the best compilations I've ever heard in my life, because it doesn't focus on like top 40 hits or any kind of bullshit like that. It's just a good cross section of their career. But I would hear this older stuff and I was like, oh, I need to go back and listen to this. And after Metalworks, that's when I went back and like, I need to reevaluate the whole like early period of this band. They're not just fucking, because I remember like, as much as I love Turbo and shit and Priest Live, when Ram It Down came out, I was like, what the fuck is this? This isn't that good, And then when Painkiller came out, I was like, oh, this is fucking amazing, But to go back and find the history, it was all because of Metalworks. And if you would ask me for a long time, like, what's my favorite Priest album, I'm like, oh, fucking Screaming for Vengeance, by far. But then I really got into the old shit. I was like, okay, this 70s shit is fucking amazing. And it became Stained Class. And Stained Class to this fucking day. And it's been Stained Class for probably 20 years has been my favorite fucking Judas Priest album. And to this day, I've never heard anything that changes my mind. There's other records I've changed my mind on, but not that. Not that, man. It's fucking Stained Class. To me, that's where Priest, like, totally solidified their sound. You could kind of say that with Sin After Sin, because they're very similar records, and
you could say that. Sad Wings, I think, is the birth of Priest. That's the birth right there.
Yeah, I could say there's a difference between I love every 70s album. I love Rockarola, dude. I love Rockarola.
I love Rockarola too, but I will say Stained Class is more refined.
Yeah. But I will say Sin After Sin and Stained Class are like light years above that. I think they took a step, and this is just me personally, I think they took a step down with Killing Machine or, Hellbent for Leather, whatever you want to call it. It's Hellbent for Leather in my fucking world. But that's a step down, And I think British Steel is a step down, from what Sin After Sin and Stained Class were.
I agree with you 100%. I worship those albums, but the thing is, after Stained Class, they became less proggy and more in your face. Yeah. They became more accessible with Hellbent for Leather, where you can even add Rockarola to it. Rockarola, Sad Wings, Sin After Sin, and Stained Class is proggy. It's proggy shit, Oh
yeah.
And by eliminating that made them huge.
Yeah. And I think it's important to say I love it all. Like you really got to get to like Ram It Down is the first one where I'm like, this is pretty bad. And there's even some songs that Ram It Down. I'm like, that's
I like Ram It Down more than Turbo.
I don't know. There's some shit I love. to me they're about what and what. I know like if you look back through history, people are like, oh, they're like Ram It Down better now, but to me, Ram It
No, I
Down,
did back then, dude. I mean,
Ram It Down has the same faults that Turbo has.
well, the first time I heard Ram It Down, I was like, this ain't good, but at least it's better than Turbo.
No, and I
That's how
get
I,
that, and
that's how
I get that,
it
especially
was
like
more,
I hear shit like Wild Nights and Hot and Crazy Day. That's garbage, dude.
those parental guidance, bro. That shit Sesame
I love
Street.
that song. Love that song.
Private
But then again, but
property.
hey, but you like United, and to me, United is like some of the worst shit they ever did.
You're 100% correct. That is a much hated song. I
Yeah,
love the fuck out of that song. You
yeah,
know, if you would have asked me in 1980, I would have told you United is the best song off British
yeah.
Street.
And it's time frame, like you said. There's so many people that hate fucking Point of Entry, but you like it. Like Kerry
I
King
love
is like, oh, when I heard Point of Entry, I was like, fuck Judas Priest, and I get that. If you're just listening for a heaviness standpoint, I get why you would not like Point of Entry. Point of Entry, I like better than British Steel. It's just timeline shit, you know.
I love Point of Entry.
Right, but it's all Judas Priest, and it's all awesome with me, man.
You know, there's songs on there. I will admit they're horrible, but I love them. I love You Say Yes. I love All the
Yeah,
Way. Those are
yeah,
terrible songs. Don't Go. Fucking love it.
yeah. Well,
There,
see, that's why I don't get mad when you say you like United, because I'm like, I like You Say Yes. So who the fuck am I to judge?
but yeah,
You know?
but the thing is, You Say Yes. I know it's a bad song, and I love it.
I know.
I refuse to think United is a bad song. I don't care what anybody says. I think
Yeah,
that's a fantastic song about unity. I love it.
but see, I think that like what's the correct term to use? Faggoty shit started on fucking Hellbent for Leather. There's some horrible
Now,
songs on
all
that.
right, all right. Here's one thing I got to correct everybody on.
Okay.
Because everybody loves to bring up Jawbreaker. You know what that's about, sucking dick. Hey, how about fucking Grinder? You know that's a gay app now, Grinder.
Those are two of their best songs.
No, but here's my point. Everybody says these songs are gay, but they're not really gay. Those lyrics can be interpreted about a girl too. You know, spread eagle against the wall. You're well equipped to take it all. Hey, that sounds like a girl bending over against the wall. Now, if you want to talk about gay Judas Priest lyrics, look no further. Nobody ever talks about this song, Raw Deal of Sin After Sin.
Oh, that's the first one.
No, that's the only one. The lyrics on that song talk about him going to a bar in Fire Island. Come on. Nobody talks about Raw Deal, but everybody will talk about Jawbreaker or Grinder or the album title Point of Entry. You know, Point of Entry can be a vagina too, or it could be a buttocks of a girl. You're just stretching it. But with Raw Deal, there's nothing to the imagination there. I go into a bar in Fire Island looking for some cock, looking for Vito from The Sopranos. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, there you go. There's our little backstory on Judas Priest. But now it's time to do this, and this is one, man. This was very tough, man, because these are both beloved albums. There's one I definitely love more, and there's one you definitely love more. But Ralph, you take the first one. What's your pick between the two number one tracks?
This hurts a lot, but I got to go with it's Exciter versus Victim of Changes. I have to give it to Victim of Changes because I think it's the greatest Judas Priest song, period. I don't think Judas Priest has ever done a better song than Victim of Changes. So obviously, I got to give it over the song that completely changed my life because the first time I heard Exciter was the very first Judas Priest song I ever heard in my life. In Germany, when I put on Unleash the East, I never heard anything that fast. I haven't heard Motorhead yet. That was the fastest shit I ever heard. The guitar harmonies, Exciter is a complete 10, and it doesn't deserve to lose. But Victim of Changes, dude. I got to go with Sad Wings on that one.
All right. Well, we're gonna keep some assholes in suspense here because I got to piss. So keep talking about why you had to choose that one.
Why don't you go take a piss while I'm talking about this shit?
I
Why
know
do you do this
because
to
I
me?
drink a lot.
Fucking alcoholic. Fucking luck. Look at I've drank so much. I haven't taken a piss yet. You know what I mean? He's got a fucking bladder the size of a hamster. He's got a hamster bladder. And I heard he takes it up the ass with a hamster, Richard Gere style. Yeah, yeah. By the way, you know who told me that? Mark Daly. Yeah. Mark Daly told me that. Mark Daly's up with the hamster and buttocks because he also likes the Bullet Boys and Extreme. He loves to let us know that he likes crap, kind of like Mark Talon Taylor too. I like it. Gives a fuck. I don't care. You know, I see somebody post, "Hey man, this is a great song." It's like, okay, whatever. But oh, this shit sucks. Okay, whatever. But oh boy, both Mark Daly and Mark Allen Taylor. Oh yeah? Well, I'm gonna leave a comment letting this person know I like what they don't like. Like, who gives a fuck? It's like, who gives a fuck what I think? Even though people pay me for what I think, but I'm just saying, most people don't give a fuck.
I
Hey,
give a fuck.
yeah, you should give a fuck. I'd be upset too if Mark Daly told me I like to have hamsters up my butt. You know, Mark Daly told me that about you.
That's bad. That's passive aggressive homophobia kind of shit.
I I think it's you putting hamsters up his ass. He just wants to blame you because
I
you
would like
forgot
to.
you forgot to knock out the teeth in the hamster that went up his butt and ended up biting inside his asshole.
Mark Daly, what a fag. All right, now this one, this blows. This was a hard fucking choice here. So there's a lot of these like in my mind, like, okay, you're putting up these two albums, like, okay, this one's definitely gonna beat this one's definitely gonna beat that. But then you see the track listing. And I'm like, oh fuck, this one's definitely gonna win. But then it's like, oh, this isn't Unleashed in the East. This is the studio version of fucking Victim of Changes versus fucking Exciter. And if you go that route, it's Exciter. Sorry. I wouldn't have thought it, but I had to listen to them back to back because they're two different versions, man. And they're two different experiences. If you put any song against the Unleashed in the East version of Victim of Changes, I think it would lose. Any song.
Oh,
But this isn't that.
I think Exciter's better on Unleashed in the East.
Well, there you go. I mean that's your opinion. But I don't think there's any song that beats the Victim of Changes Unleashed in the East. But if it's studio versus studio, I'm taking Exciter. And I didn't know that until I listened to them back to back. And that's how we do this shit. You know, we listen to one song and then the other. I was like, oh, it's Victim of Changes, Victim of Changes. And I listened to it, I was like, no, it's fucking Exciter, dude. Love Exciter. But now we're going to the second song. All right. This one is much closer than I thought it was going to be. But only one makes the cut. And the one that makes the cut is the Ripper. Can't go against this one, man. The Ripper doesn't matter if it's fucking Unleashed in the East or if it's fucking this. Ripper is the one. God damn, do I love this track. And so, like, I almost feel weird, like, you know, like, Tim Ripper Owens became Tim Ripper Owens because I don't think that's justified. You should just be Tim Owens because the Ripper was fucking Rob Halford. Okay, and it's his fucking era. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not shit the bed.
And really, have Tim Ripper Owens ever ripped a man's buttocks?
No, not like Rob
Rob
Halford
Halford
did.
has. He's the original Ripper. Just ask,
Goddamn right.
just ask Mark Daly. His butthole still hurts.
I gotta go Ripper. What do you think, Ralph?
Of course, Ripper. None against White Hot Red Heat. I love that song, but it's not even close. The Ripper, man, the fucking and again, first time I heard the Ripper on the studio version, I didn't like it. I was like, this is way too slow. The same thing with Victim of Changes. It's way too slow. But man, the older I get, the more I like the slowness because I'm getting old. I'm getting slower. The same thing with I used to love God of Thunder on a live tune more than the studio version. Now I like the studio version as much. But I still like Unleash the East version over Victim Changes and the Ripper. But still, the Ripper is so badass, so fucking amazing that as much as I love that Stained Class song, the Ripper by far, by far.
All right. Well, you take the next one.
What is the next one? Dream Deceiver versus what? Better by
Uh,
You? Is it that one?
yes.
All right. Um, Definitely Dream Deceiver. I just love the mellowness, Rob Hopper's vocals. I have nothing against the Spooky Tooth cover, except that song. Every time I hear that song, I go and clean my toilet because subliminally the song is saying, do it, do it, do it. And I feel it's telling me to go clean my toilet. And according to Kelly Osbourne, Hispanics are the best at cleaning toilets.
She did say that.
We are the best. We're number one. Thank you, Kelly Osbourne, for letting the people know us Spics rule at cleaning toilets. So Dream Deceiver gets my point, my pick on that one.
All right. Well, I'm probably going to take some shit for this, but fuck it. It's my ears, not yours. Uh, there's one song that is better for me, and it's better by you, and that's better by me, better by you. I love Dreamer Deceiver. I love very Sabbath. Very, you can definitely hear the Sabbath influence on it, and I love it. Uh, but there's something about this track, and this is one that was added at the last minute by the album. On the album, in fact, it was this was the record company saying like, "Hey, this shit's like very dark. We need something we can put out to radio, something different." And that's why it's the only one that's not produced by the other guy. Let's see here. What is it?
Bobby Dahl.
Yeah, Bobby Dahl. Dennis Mackey produced every song on this album other than James Guthrie. And they loved the way that James Guthrie did the production on this so much, they picked him to produce Hell Bent for Leather, Killing Machine, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But I love it. I love it. And why this song makes you want to fucking kill yourself, I have no idea. I have no idea. What was the whole thing? Ralph, you might remember this more than me. This and Beyond the Realms of Death were brought up in the lawsuit, against the two fuckers who killed themselves. I can get Beyond the Realms of Death like lyrically, but what the fuck was this? Was it just like a backmasking thing, or
Yeah,
did they think
yeah.
like okay?
No, it was all back masking. It was saying, do it, do it. I have like, dude, when that shit was going on, I had my VCR ready every fucking afternoon, evening for the evening news. It was always a top story. for weeks. I recorded and I put them. I made a compilation, put it up on YouTube. But I know all about this fucking case. And yeah, the song "Better by You, Better Than Me." It says if you play it backwards, there's a part that sounds like it's saying "Do it, do it." And then Rob Halford brought and they played the song "Savage" backwards, and it says, "Look, Ma, I broke my chair." That's one of the things it says backwards. You kind of make it out too. "Look, Ma, I broke my chair," and shit like that. It was just ridiculous. It was a ridiculous court case, and they lost, but they kind of left it open. Like, yeah, it probably did happen that way, but because of First Amendment rights, blah blah blah, we're gonna give it to priests. But yeah, it kind of looks like this subliminal shit. But they brought in experts, people coming in saying, scientists saying, dude, there's no way. It's saying do it. Do what? You know?
Yeah.
And then fucking the kid, James Vance, the one that lived for a little
You're
while,
right. Oh,
they,
that poor bastard.
they interviewed him on that Dream Deceiver PBS
Yeah.
special, I think.
Right.
And he says Judas Priest is responsible. But they blamed Dream Deceiver, the song, not Better by You. He blamed Dream Deceiver as the song that made him go do it. So there you go.
Well, if you play Cherry Medicine backwards, the AIDS goes back up in the dick that's fucking you.
You play it backwards, it's like taking some Nuprin.
Or
Gets rid of the
buffering.
AIDS like that. Poor TJ James. They make no Nuprins in Australia.
All right. Let's go to number 4. Number 4. What's the fourth song on
Deceiver, was it Stained
yeah.
Class? Is it Stained
Okay,
Class?
yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Love them both.
This one may be the toughest.
Yeah.
I
Love them
really,
both, but this shit ain't even close, dude.
I real. Oh, okay. You go.
Yeah, love them both, but shit ain't even close. Fucking Stained Class. Come on. Not even up for debate. Stained Class. Both good songs though. So there you go. I'll give you that. No matter what side of the fence you're on, I'm like, yeah, great songs, but one's a clear choice, and that's called Stained Class. What do you think, Ralph?
I disagree. I go with Stained Class, but it ain't far by far. No, not even close. They're both extremely close. I'm going with Stained Class though, but Deceiver is right there, man. It's right there with it. It's like a hair. It's a hair on Scotty Ian's head less than fucking Deceiver. I mean Deceiver's a hair less. So yeah, I got to give it to Stained Class, but barely. That's
All right, well take the next one.
I don't know the next one. Invader versus. Are we gonna do Prelude and Tyrant or just Prelude?
Yeah, we have to make it work. We got to do Prelude.
Well, of course, I'm gonna have to go with Invader. It's Invader, right?
Yeah.
Invader by far. Prelude is just it's whatever. It's okay. It's not bad with the piano and Glenn Tipton. It's not a bad little intro, but Invader fucking rules, man. That song fucking rips. I love it. Invader rules, and it wins.
Well, I got to go with Ralph. It's to me it's not even fair. But
Yeah,
I
it's not
like
fair.
Prelude. I like. I
do-
want to put that on the record. I think it's a good little instrumental piece.
I do. I like it, but it's not
Yeah,
close. It's not even
yeah.
close.
Nothing wrong for it. But if you're going track for track, you're getting your ass handed to you by Invader. I mean, come on. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not shit the bed. All right. Number 6. All right. This is a rough one. Certain songs I thought were sure bets until I heard the track order. You know, Tyrant. Love me some Tyrant. Just got its fucking ass handed to it by Saints in Hell. That's all I can say, dude. I mean, and I love Tyrant, man. And this is one of those things where like I watch some of your videos sometimes, and I see like the fucking total and everything. I'm like, is this guy fucking crazy? And but then I see when you got to do this, when you got to go up two fucking songs that are that fucking amazing, Tyrant, Saints in Hell. How do you do that? But you got to be honest. You got to be honest, and you got to tell the people what's what. Dude, it's fucking Saints in Hell for me. How about you?
Well, like you said about what was it again? Was it I forgot the song. Oh, Stained Glass not by far.
Yeah.
In this case, Tyrant by far, by eons. This is the only song I would say. This is, and not counting the bonus track, because I'm not a fan of those bonus tracks on Unleashing the East. I don't like Starbreaker, Delivering the Goods.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I don't like those. I like the studio versions more. But there's only one song on the official release I will take, and not much, but I do like Tyrant more than the Unleashing the East version. Mainly because of one little thing, the chorus, where he goes, Tyrant, captor of humanity, Tyrant. I just love
it. I love that. Love
Tyrant. It's
love it.
And just that middle section, the dual guitar, that's Priest perfection. Nothing against Saints in Hell. It's a great song. Kiss type lyrics, though, you gotta admit. Blood sucking bats, but still, it's a badass heavy metal song. Fate's Warning does an amazing cover of Saints in Hell. Amazing cover. I love it. It's on the Judas Priest. It's on the greatest tribute album ever done. It's called Tribute to the Metal Gods. It's a Judas Priest that in Japan, Japan released 2 CDs. Here in America, they condensed, put 2 CDs into one.
I've got like 3 different like Priest tributes, so it might be on one, and I haven't listened to it yet.
It's amazing. It's amazing. But anyway, I love Saints in Hell, but it's not even close. Tyrant by
far.
By far.
All right. We'll take the next one.
Is it Genocide?
It's let's see here, 7. Yes.
Against what? Savage?
Yes.
I love Savage, but I gotta go with Genocide. I love Savage. Savage is a great tune, kind of like a Dark Horse. No, not really. The most Dark Horse Judas Priest song is on Stained Glass, but it's not Savage. Savage is great, but Genocide, man. Oh man, help me! My people have died. Total genocide. Oh God, that song is—it's my favorite Priest, man. That right there emphasizes what I like the most about Judas Priest is songs like Genocide, Tyrant, Victim of Changes, Ripper, Dream Deceiver, Even Deceiver. Everything up to this point on this album is pure perfection. Love Savage, but Genocide, by far, I would say by far.
All right. Love them both. Both great songs. But let's get real here. It's Genocide. God damn. God damn, that's a good song. Genocide fucking kills it. No pun intended. That's just. I mean, and this is one where it doesn't matter if it's like the fucking the Sad Wings or the fucking Unleashed in the East version. It still wins no matter what. Genocide is fucking amazing. I fucking love it. Love this one. I'll take the next one. This is the picking on a retard one though. This is this is real bad. Can you still say retard? I think you can. I think you can say it on this show.
You can say it when you drive by that governor's house, whatever his name is.
All right.
No, actually, wait. I gotta bring this up. I'm sorry, I gotta get political, but I found this video so hysterical. You know that governor, whoever that idiot is.
Yeah,
He's
Tim
like,
Waltz.
yeah, Tim
Yeah.
Wall. Tim Wall says, "There's people driving by my house saying retard," and dude, there's a video of a guy standing outside his house going, "Tim Waltz is a retard," and it's like a minute long of him repeating it over and over. The best thing to do is not give Trump attention when Trump says that, hey, there's people call me a retard. Don't say that because then it's like, remember that other guy when Trump put up a video where that Mexican hat fell on him? And
Yeah.
ever since he complained about it, there's millions of memes of him with a Mexican hat. It's like, dude, stop giving Trump attention because he's got the MAGA army that's just gonna goof on you more, you know? Whatever. Too bad the MAGAs ain't after Dave Ellison. That would have been great.
Well, I wish the MAGAs would have went after a certain song on fucking Sad Wings of Destiny. Holy shit. Epitaph versus Beyond the Realms of Death. Get the fuck out of here. that, that it isn't fair. It isn't fair. I mean, come on. We gotta go. It's Beyond the Realms of fucking Death. Let's be honest. Epitaph would be the worst song on fucking Turbo. That's a fact. And Turbo has Wild Nights and Hot and Crazy Days on it. Come on. This is the worst fucking Queen piece of shit ever. I mean, but it's a band finding their way and finding their sound and finding all that. Like I'm not gonna give, you know, Judas Priest too much shit over this, but it's fucking horrible. It's fucking horrible. And anybody who says it's not fucking horrible is goddamn fucking lying. Because this shit, it stinks out like fucking, you know. Come on. This is some retard. Put on the fucking hat. This is some retard fucking shit. Epitaph versus fucking Beyond the Realms of fucking Death. This is some retard this shit. This is like, this is like My Way, okay, by Kiss. So Kiss retards would understand this. That's how bad this shit is. This is My Way fucking bad. It's fucking horrible. And it's Beyond the Realms of Death as the winner, I think. What do you think, Ralph?
Epitaph is a retard. You know what epitaph rhymes with? I bet you didn't know this. Sucks. But I'm still giving it above Beyond the Realms of Death because that song is just ridiculously bad. Hey, did you like that? That's my Bullet Boys fan impression. Of course, man. The greatest guitar solo Glenn Tipton's ever done is on Beyond the Realms of Death. That solo that he does on that is a crowning achievement. And by the way, the first time I ever saw them play that song was on the Ram It Down tour. They didn't play it Screaming for Vengeance Defenders Turbo. They played it on the Ram It Down tour. And that's that's the best thing I got to say about Ram It Down was they brought back Beyond the Realms of Death. And I saw them play it every show after that. Even with Ripper, they would play it. They did it on the Painkiller tour. They did it Angel Retribution. They did it when I saw Redeemer of Souls. And
Did they do it at our show? I don't know if they did.
No.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think they
the
did.
thing about our show was they threw in too many deep cuts that they had to eliminate. Like they didn't play Painkiller that night.
No, they did.
No, they didn't.
Really?
I remember specifically walking out and a guy complaining about it. They didn't play Painkiller. And I'm like, dude, then you never seen Judas Priest before. I've seen Painkiller every goddamn show till now, you know? And I don't like Painkiller live. It's not that good. Rob struggles. But
Huh.
but it's the best damn song on the album Painkiller, I'll tell you that. But yeah, come on, Beyond the Realms of Death, you know? Because Epitaph is a retard. It is a real bad impression of Queen too. It's desperately trying to be Queen. And there I'd give a little leeway because you know Rob, he wanted Freddie to dick him, or maybe the other way around. And that's why he did it. So I got sympathy for it.
Yeah, I hear you. That shit sucks. Hold on, let me find our. Let's see. What
I
was our
gotta
set?
tell you, the toughest battle is the last songs for me. The last songs is definitely the toughest, and it hurts.
Oh, here's our set list from the show we saw. With the great Charlie Hill was there,
I have a great memory. Watch, they didn't do Beyond the Realms of Death. I,
and Dave the Beast Spitz was there too. Okay, so the show we saw, they did Necromancer, The Sentinel, Heading Out to the Highway, Spectre, Take These Chains, Judas Rising, Out in the Cold, Trader Gate, Starbreaker. Oh, I remember Starbreaker. Steeler, Halls of Valhalla, Killing Machine, No Surrender, Victim of Changes, All Guns Blazing, Hellbent for Leather, Breaking the Law, and you're right, they didn't play Painkiller.
I got a great memory, dude.
Oh, you do? Well, that's because you don't drink. And the last two songs were Glenn Tipton. And remember, we thought that would be the last show they ever had Glenn
Because
Tipton.
the guy managing them
Yeah.
told me it was a lot. Because the guy that managed Judas Priest at the time, I saw him at the show, and he told me this will be the last time you see Glenn Tipton on stage, which ended up not being the case.
Yeah. Well, thankfully. Thankfully.
Yeah.
So.
You know that Glenn Tipton, after we left, hung out at the T-shirts?
Really?
Yeah, all my friends took pictures of Glenn Tipton that night after we left.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, well. Still was an awesome show.
Yeah.
All right. Well, who goes first in the last one? I can't remember.
I know the two last songs, and it hurts.
Okay.
Island of Domination versus Heroes End. The loser of this song, the loser of this is a perfect song. A perfect song.
Okay.
But I got to go with what I feel is the most underrated Judas Priest song, Along for a Call for the Priest. And that is Heroes End. It's the most
Nice.
underrated Judas Priest song. Definitely a dark horse on Stained Class. One of my, I don't think it's ever been played live. It's fucking amazing. I won't go as far to say by far though, because Island of Domination is fucking awesome. But no, got to go with Heroes End on that one.
All right. Well, do I change the cover or not? I think not. I'm going with Heroes End. But I will say, like much like you said, it's not like one wiped the floor with the other because Island Domination's fucking awesome too. But Heroes End, and here's something interesting. Heroes End is the only song off of Stained Class that's never been played live. Other than that, every track has been played live.
But did you know that Saints in Hell wasn't played live till the 2000s?
Yes. Well, the last one to be played live was Invader.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true.
But there's only 3 albums that have been played live in their entirety. And that is British Steel,
Defender of the Faith.
Defenders of the Faith, and Rockarola. are the only ones that have ever been played. Like every song's been played live. Were you at the 2000 something show in Hollywood, Florida, where they played British Steel?
Yeah, it was filmed.
Yes, yes, you were at that one.
I had good seats, right? And I wore a Thrasher Die shirt on purpose because I said, I'm getting on this fucking video. And during breaking the law, the cameraman came up to me and I was like, breaking the law. And I was so anxious to get that DVD. And I finally got it and they cut my scene out. But
Mm,
I was there, man, and it was a glorious show. It was amazing.
nice, and that was with both KK and Glenn. So
That was the
that's
last
awesome.
time I saw KK.
Nice, nice. So yeah, so there you go. They played more off of Stained Class than Sad Wings. So now let's go to our grand total.
Well, that Sad Wings, I think Epitaph is the only song they never played off it.
Is it? I don't
Yeah,
know. I was looking for a comparison, but I didn't see that like they didn't say like, oh, this is the only one that wasn't played, like where they did that on Stained Class.
probably Epitaph because I have a bootleg of them doing Island of Domination. And of course, the old Grey Whistle has them doing Dream Deceiver and Deceiver. And we all
Right,
know they did Tyrant, Genocide, and
right,
Victim and Ripper.
right. Well, as far as my ranking, it is an ass whooping. It is 7-2 Stained Class. What's your final total on this one?
Let the viewers do that.
Okay, let them add that shit up. Okay, do your own fucking math. If you
All
paid
right, all right, all
attention,
right. I'll do it. I'll do it. Well, at least Sad Wings. Sad Wings, I picked Victim, Ripper, Dream Deceiver, Tyrant, Genocide. So 6 songs. No, 5 songs off Stained Class and the rest thing. I mean, 5 songs off Sad Wings, and I picked Stained Class. What's the one that went against the instrumental? And that's it. I think, right? I think 2, right?
so we're both 7-2, but different albums.
I guess, yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, there you go. I would love to see what the fans think. Put this shit in the comments section, and we'll read it off next week.
No, 2 weeks. I'm going to see George Lynch next week.
Oh yeah, 2 weeks. All right, so there you go.
Unless you
Uh,
can do it Saturday.
might be able to. Yeah, I could probably do that. I could probably do that. Here's another thing I'd like to throw out for the listeners. Coming up soon, we got our 400th episode coming up. What would you guys like for a 400th episode? Maybe throw that out there. Not saying that what you're going to vote
Yeah.
for gets it,
Yeah,
because it
no,
could be something that could require a lot of editing that isn't going to get done.
no, yeah,
Uh,
no offense to our listeners, but there's a reason they don't have a podcast.
yeah, no. But I remember when we did like the 100th episode when you had to do all that editing and all the
Yeah, I'm
other
never
shit.
doing that again.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember somebody said they were going to do part 2 to that and they quit?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
lot of work, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of, but what I'm saying though is throw some ideas out there for what you would like. Post that in our well, no, but it might be something
I mean,
doable.
go ahead, leave
Yeah.
suggestions. But I'm telling you, if you guys come up with something good, I'll be shocked. And I don't mean to be a dick about it, but goddamn, all I can think about is Galactic Cowboys when I think about our listeners. That guy that wanted Galactic Cowboys kind of fucked it up for me.
Hey, that was Goof Jackson that picked that album.
No, he didn't. He's from
Okay.
Canada. Canada. Hey,
Yeah.
Canada is like the gay version of America.
Yeah. Yeah, like the way gay version. All right. Well, now it's time to go into pick of the week. And I'll go with my pick of the week first, because Ralph just likes to pick from the shelves. But I'm going to go for one that I think the listeners need and the listeners deserve. And that is the new solo album from Peter Criss. I think, you need to buy that on all three formats for $3,000. That's what you get. That's what you get. You fuckers that defend Kiss, go listen to that shit that I've seen universally. And Ralph's is the first and the highest episode, of the reviews. And he said there's two fucking good songs. And I've seen multiple other reviews that said there's two good songs, but you fuckers still love it. So go out there, buy this fucking shitty album that you would never buy if it had nothing to do with Kiss. And there you go. That's my pick of the week. But for Ralph, I say third tier right.
Down here?
Yeah, third. Raise your hand a little bit. No. Third tier. There you go. Third tier right. Go back a little bit. Go back. Go back.
This
No,
way?
the other way. Yeah. The other way. The other way. No, the other way. There you go. Right. Yeah. Go farther back. Farther back. No, the other way. I'm sorry.
God damn it. Which way? This way or that way?
Yeah. The other way. There you go. That's the sweet spot. That's the sweet spot. Right there. What do you got?
Oh,
Fag Band.
I love this album. This is my second favorite Ghost album after the first album. Prequel. Great album. I love Witch Image is awesome. Rat's Faith is amazing. And fucking even the instrumental with saxophone, and I hate saxophone, is really good on this. So yeah, I love this album a lot. And actually I'm gonna play it now that we're done here. Ghost Prequel. Amazing album. Better than the last one.
Oh, that last album was horrible.
Had one good song.
Yeah. That's being nice. Would you say that's their worst album or the one before it?
No, their worst album's that second one. Inferion, whatever it's called.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, we disagree there. Okay.
That
all right.
Terrible.
Well, now it's time. Now it's time to go to Fan of the Week. And Fan of the Week, I had one picked out, and no disrespect, you're probably going to be a future Fan of the Week. But I saw a post and reminded me of how important this person is and what a great listener they are. And that is NEJC, our Transylvanian brother. And he just did an interview with the dude from Hellstar.
Yes. He wrote me about it.
Yeah, and he made a post on the Almost Human page. He made a post on the Rock and Metal Combat podcast page. And he thanked us for inspiration for doing what he does. And I think it's so awesome because this guy has interviewed way more famous people than we've had on the actual show. You know what I mean? And that's awesome. But he's listening to the show and it gave him the inspiration hey, I'm going to do this. And that's the thing. It's a lot of people listen to the show and hey, I can do that. He actually did it. But then there's people like Mark Allen Taylor who take the shit too literally and start a podcast that nobody listens to. They have zero skills, but keep going. You know what? And I would love to talk to Mark Allen Taylor about this shit if he would ever accept our invitation to come on the show, which he keeps declining. Hey, you're more than welcome to come on here and defend your bullshit. But then he's like, when your numbers get higher, I'll come on there. So if you want to see Mark Allen Taylor on this show, smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, do all that fucking gay ass fucking shit, help our anal rhythms. But until that happens, let's show some love to a real motherfucker like NEJC, who is just knocking it out of the park. And this is a guy, he has tried to set Ralph and I up with multiple interviews that unfortunately we weren't able to do, some with Paul Diano and some other shit. This guy is really gone out of his way to try to help us, and he is just an amazing individual. Love me some NEJC. What do you got to say about it, Ralph?
I love that guy. That guy turned me on to this amazing album he sent me. Band called Sarcasm. This shit is called Crematory. It's total old school metal with the poverty production. You wouldn't like it. You know, it reminds me of the old school fucking. Look at the guy. Look at those kids, man. That shit's metal as fuck. Look at that album cover. Yeah, he sent me this from Transylvania. And it's autographed too. It's even an autographed album. And I love this album. There's this girl on my Facebook called Melissa that I put this up. Hey, I'm listening to this. This chick goes like, oh my God, I didn't think anybody knew that band. But yeah, NEV, NWA YMCA sent me this. And I love it. And I love him, man. He's very popular in the Transylvania vampire community.
The vampire community.
I
That is one of the best fucking lines ever on this show.
Yeah.
Ever.
But yeah.
That's up there with the shit that fucking. What's the redheaded fuck who was on the fucking Hot in the Shade episode?
Oh, TikTok man.
Yeah. No, it's up there with TikTok. When he said it, it's very good in the vampire community. That's the best shit fucking ever.
That's up there with TikTok talking about Tito from Hide Your Heart.
Exactly, man. NEJC, god damn it, we love you. And
Thank you.
Awesome.
And thank you so much for this album. I'm going to play it now again, man. After I play that Ghost album, I'm going to slap this on. And it brings a little story on the band. There's some good shit, man. And it's fucking awesome. Sarcasm. They're badass. You know?
Nice. All right. Well,
they should have called this album We Suck because they're called Sarcasm. And you're like, oh, they suck. And then you put it on and you find out it rules and they were being sarcastic.
Primus already did that.
Yeah, but they do suck.
Okay, bye.
I saw Primus when, on their first album. I don't know if it was their first album. And yeah, that's when I first saw Primus Sucks. The whole crowd was doing it. And it was like, oh, it's an in thing to do that? I mean, I thought everybody was being serious here.
No.
They do a damn good version of Farewell to Kings by Rush. I went to go see that show. They were mighty good doing that. Except for Les Claypool's vocals. He ain't no Eric Adams, that's for damn sure.
Thank God. All right. Well, if you enjoyed this episode, come back next week, and I'm going to throw it at you guys. A lot of people are enjoying this track by track. Would you like to see our next episode be like a same, band on band, or would you like to see two different bands that have the same? Remember this shit. Like Ralph always, does it have the same track numbers? Okay, or do we have to add bonus fucking tracks?
Hey, why don't we do a Cheap Trick album versus an Oasis album?
You already know the Cheap Trick album is going to be better.
So
by default. Okay, but no, I'm throwing it out to the listeners. I'm trying to get some participation here. This episode we're recording on Sunday. It's going to go up on Monday. We're potentially going to record on Saturday, so Ralph can go to a show on Sunday. I know that's a lot of time, space, continuum.
If we are recording Saturday, then next Sunday you should have a new episode. But I warn you, Ian, I'm going to have to put the YouTube version up before I go pick up Mom and go to the show. So
yeah, it doesn't matter because everybody goes to the YouTubes now anyway. So it is what it is.
Yeah, but I like to put it up right when you put it up on the pod.
Yeah, I know. We'll figure this shit out. But you guys,
all I'm saying is you guys are missing out on some killer music. on there was somebody, who was it the other day, that wrote, "Oh, what's that song playing at 10 something?" I went to go check, and it was an
Yeah.
obscure Triumph song I put on there.
I love that. I love that shit when people post that shit
Yeah, what's that
because that
song? Yeah.
that lets me know they're listening though, and they're engaged, and they want to hear that song. That always makes me happy. And I think like a lot of times it's the same guy. And
No, no, it's not. No,
oh, it's not?
this last guy wasn't the same guy. There is a
Okay.
guy that always does that, but I think it was Travis. It's somebody we know.
No, no, but I love it. But here's the thing, I'll let you know, and I know Ralph's a very busy guy. So if he can't answer, there's an app called Soundhound where you can play the thing and like, it'll let you know what it is. If Ralph can't get to you in time and let you know. But I do love that though, that people want to know what's being played. That's the greatest thing, like learning new shit. That's what this show should be about. Learning new shit and hearing new songs and racist jokes that you can tell at holidays. That's what it's all about, you know. So come back next week. Hopefully next Saturday we record something. And if you plead your case very well, you could be responsible for the next episode we do. If not, you're leaving it up to us. Ralph, where are you at on this? Would you like to do another, same band, different albums, or would you like to do a different band versus different band kind of thing?
I'd like to do something that's not a versus album. But if we can't think of nothing, then yeah, we should do like maybe different bands against each other.
Okay, well, give me an idea of what you would like for a different thing.
I'll think of something. Maybe I can think of something that won't be, a track by track thing. I don't want a show to be stagnant. I want it to be all over the place. Movie reviews, whatever, you know.
How about top 10 faggy Kiss albums? Like the top 10 worst like faggy Kiss, and you can include like solo albums too. You know. How about Kiss
That,
Sucks?
that's a good idea.
There you go.
Yeah. Top 10 worst Kiss albums. I don't know if I can think of 10 of them that are horrible though. I
Including solo albums?
Oh yeah, 3 of those solo albums are terrible. Yeah.
All right. Well, let us know in the comments. Maybe you guys can influence us, and maybe we're like, no, all your ideas suck. We'll see what happens. But you'll find out next week on the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast.
Hey, smack 'em a gob. And it better be something good. Or we ain't doing it.
Bye bye.